Good morning and thank you so much for joining us on the Thursday edition of TVC Breakfast. We're here to do what we love to do best, giving you all the information you deserve to know. I'm Ibrahim Shita.
Good morning, Nigeria. That's what Ria would say if she were here. It was time for breakfast, and as usual, we've got a very big spread for you. Do stay with us. You're very welcome. My name is Olamide Odekunle.
Good morning, Nigeria. Here at TVC, we give you a balanced, insightful analysis that will shape your perspectives and national narratives. My name is Biodu Shomi.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Boys, why do we look so solemn? Does it have anything to do with Morocco and Nigeria? This morning, Mr. Shomi's face is down. Ibrahim are also down.
No,
I'm fine.
It's okay. I'm actually fine as well. But one thing is that whatever goes up suddenly comes down. So there is always positive and the negative side. God actually created everything in pairs. So the fact that we didn't, win yesterday, it's not a loss for, or let's say it's not a loss rather for Nigeria. So it's all the same. I still feel proud of my team. The Super Eagles, they tried. They did everything they could. Well, even though some, blamed the officiating, but at the end of the day, the Moroccan coach said, well, the officiating, it has nothing to say about it, but he still went on to praise the Nigerian team as well as Eric Shell praising the Moroccan, team and the coach.
Honestly speaking, I will not deny being badly affected because I actually tried to watch it. Look, I was chattered over the loss.
Right.
It's not because we lost again. I mean,
that's right.
In any battle, one team will win or the other. But the way and manner of the loss. Look, I saw situations where free kick was to be awarded, free kick not awarded. Yeah. And turning to goal kick. And that was to our disadvantage. You remember exactly there was an incident involving Victor Osimhen.
Yeah.
That I started asking questions. Is this really good officiating or poor officiating? Right. Then there was another incident involving Calvin Bassey. Calvin Bassey's shirt was pulled.
That's right.
Meanwhile, he got the yellow card. For me, I could not believe that is still happening in Africa.
Did you guys know that Nigerians have now flooded the I believe he's Ghanaian, the Ghanaian goalkeeper's page. I don't know where he's from. And they've now shut down his Instagram page because Nigerians reported his page to the point where Instagram was shut down his social media.
Because it was dissing Nigeria.
It was quite obvious that the officiating was poor.
That's right.
I will not label or attributed the reasons to being Ghanaian. I think it's just about somebody who took wrong decisions on issues. And unfortunately for us, the VAR person happens to be a South African. So a lot of conspiracy theories.
African politics.
Absolutely. So for me, the boys did their best. They played very well, not as good as I would have expected, but notwithstanding, the Moroccans are also very strong. I mean, you're looking at a situation where we have 29 fouls. The Moroccans had 19 fouls.
Wow.
We got 2 yellow cards. The Moroccans did not get 1. There are a lot of issues which will make you feel depressed about the state of African football. I can see the pain
in your eyes as we sit here today, but all's fair in love and football. Yeah. Now, there is a lot to talk about this morning on the show. Right after this, we'll head into the newspaper review where Ibrahim will take a list of the dailies and see what they are all saying. After that, we'll head over to the capital where we'll see what's happening in the heart of the nation. After that, I'll bring you all the trending stories that are shaping the world that you and I live in. But we begin today with this story where today Nigeria marks Armed Forces Remembrance Day, honoring brave men and women who paid the supreme price in defense of the nation. Observed every January 15th, the day remembers fallen heroes of the world wars, the Civil War, peacekeeping missions and ongoing security operations. And across the country, wreath-laying ceremonies and military parades are held in solemn tribute to their sacrifice. As the nation reflects, Armed Forces Remembrance Day remains a powerful reminder that Nigeria's unity and freedom were secured through courage, service, and sacrifice. Very interesting. Team, today is a very important day, as we can all agree, especially now that Nigeria finds herself with the ongoing insecurity crisis and our fight against terrorism, banditry, abductions, and kidnapping. If our soldiers have always been important, but if they were ever important, this is the time to really remember how important they are to us as security architecture. Ibrahim.
Absolutely. It's a very important day, and that's why we are also wearing the emblem all together in solidarity with the lost lives, the lost soldiers, the fallen heroes during the World War I. And, we talk about the World War I as something that should never have happened. Even after that, we also have had another one, World War II, which ended in 1945. And it was at that time, during those wars, it was at a time where we had Nigerian soldiers fighting alongside the African soldiers. Some of those who were taking slaves, taken to battlefronts and fighting. And before then, they used to deify the white-skinned guys. If you know what I mean, that they were gods and all of that. At that point, when they saw that these guys were falling in the battle, that's when they felt, oh, so you guys are just ordinary humans. So it was after those wars that we started calling for independence, which culminated in 1960 for Nigeria's independence, 1958 or something for the Ghanaian independence, and and so on and so forth. And then we began to see that Africa also began to rise. But it's so good that we are remembering them. But one thing is, the current heroes who are fighting the battle of Nigeria against the insurgency, against the enemy of the country, enemy of the nation, and enemy of the world, we need to do so much to help them when it comes to remuneration, when it comes to ammunition, strengthening them. It's good that we're also taking consignments of ammunition from the United States. We've also gotten some from Brazil. We've got some from different other countries. So whatever it is that we need to do, we need to pay our respect for the living and the dead.
Absolutely. Mr. Shomi, as Ibrahim just rightly said, the labor of our heroes past.
That's right.
It's not about just being symbolic. We really do have to make sure that the armed forces are treated actively while they're in service. But based on your experience and what you've seen in the past years, I'm not saying you're old, but in the past years versus now, what kind of change would you like to see in terms of how we treat our armed forces and even veterans as well?
Honestly speaking, our armed forces they've done very well for our country. They have projected our image. If you look at their role in peacekeeping operations,
that's right,
by the United Nations, they've always been excelling themselves. So, we've always been very, very proud of them. Not only that, you remember the problem in Liberia, the crisis in Liberia. We went in and resolved this issue.
That's right.
Somehow. And again, we did the same thing with Sierra Leone, and we almost went into Gambia when Yahya Jammeh did not want to leave. And again, we did the same thing when there was crisis in Equatorial Guinea. I remembered very well that the administration at that time actually asked the military to be on the sea, on their way to Equatorial Guinea before they buckle up. Absolutely. So, and you've seen what they've done in Benin Republic also. So they've always been playing a major role, either in projecting our foreign policy, in ensuring, our territorial integrity, and also discharging their duties, through peacekeeping missions. So, for me, many of them are fallen, including those who even died during the colonial rule, because we had no business fighting in many of those. Honestly speaking, once you hear a bomb in the, I was told by one elderly person, once you hear a bomb, in the 1945, 46
1945 has to do with
he said the only thing that fell in Africa is a coconut from the tree. So we had no business doing that. But of course, we were under colonialism. So we have to, value them. We need to ensure that they are better treated. We have to give them, it's not easy to sign up to say you will die for your country. At the time, we need to ensure that they have the best possible conditions of living. And not only that, honor them, respect them. Yes, we do have some issues one way or the other, but the military authorities have perfected ways of resolving even crises when it involves other services or even the public. So for me, these are heroes. These are people who we count on today to ensure the unity of our country and the territorial integrity of our nation.
Indeed, the labor of our heroes.
Very quickly, at the time, talking about the World War II, Adolf Hitler could have probably, run across the entire world, govern the entire world, if not the fact that during the war, he opened the Eastern Front, which led to his defeat at the time. So probably we will have been speaking German instead of English that we were speaking, currently. So many interesting things.
Absolutely. Indeed, the labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To our fallen heroes, we thank you for your sacrifice, and to our boys still actively on the front line, we are solemnly behind you and we support you, and we ask that God gives you strength to really tackle the issues that we're having.